24-year-old Rhiannon Cole-Spice is charged with murder in the stabbing death of her 29-year-old partner Larry Jarrell. The incident occurred at around 4:45 p.m. on the 19th of August, when the authorities received a request to complete a welfare check at the Casa Grande Apartments, located at 4725 39th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, Florida. When officers arrived, they found Larry dead at the scene, laying on the floor with a stab wound to his left inner thigh, which the medical examiner's office determined to have caused his death, which was ruled a homicide. Police searched Larry's phone and found his Google search history showed, "Do you spend life in prison if you killed someone in self-defense?" The authorities sought Rhiannon as a suspect. The couple lived at the apartment and shared 3 children together. Rhiannon ultimately turned herself in at 9:15 p.m. on the 21st of August. Rhiannon confessed to stabbing Larry on the 18th of August. Prior to the murder, Rhiannon was charged with domestic battery against Larry on the 28th of July 2022 after smacking and hitting Larry in the body and legs, and was ordered to have no contact with him on the 29th of July. Additional records show that Rhiannon was arrested for domestic battery in November last year, and Larry was also charged with domestic battery in February of this year. Rhiannon is charged with murder, and she's held at the Pinellas County Jail on a $100,000 bond. Xavier Hayes has been arrested and charged with felony murder and aggravated assault after fatally shooting his twin brother Dimitri Hayes. The initial investigation suggested that the 17-year-old twins were playing with a gun in a bedroom they shared at around 3:30 a.m. on the 22nd of August, and the boys didn't realise the gun was loaded. Officers arrived at the home, located along Young Knowles Street in DeKalb County, Georgia, where they found Dimitri suffering from a single gunshot wound to his face. He was transported to the Grady Memorial Hospital in a critical condition, but died a short time later. DeKalb County Police Sergeant Lynn Schuler said, "It looks like one brother shot the other brother." The brother's family described the death as an accident, and aunt said, "They just got their hands on a weapon, but don't know where they got the weapon from." The boys' cousin Raven McKelvey meanwhile described the pair's bond, saying they were very close. There was an argument. They loved each other, they are twins. Xavier was arrested and charged with felony murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a pistol or revolver by a person under the age of 18. A US Postal Service worker from Florida has died after being brutally mauled by a pack of 5 dogs. The incident occurred on the 21st of August, when 61-year-old Pamela Jane Rock was delivering mail in rural Interlochen when a truck broke down. Witnesses heard the woman screaming for help and saw a pack of dogs attacking her. Several onlookers rushed to her aid and tried pulling the dogs off Pamela. One man fired a rifle into the air several times to scare them off, but the dogs wouldn't budge. The authorities were called to the scene and found Pamela bleeding heavily on the ground and was administered first aid until the ambulance arrived and rushed her to the HCA Florida Putnam Hospital. She was then airlifted to the trauma center in Gainesville in a critical condition. Doctors were forced to remove Pamela's arm, and despite the best efforts to save her life, she succumbed to her injuries the following night. The sheriff's office said that the dogs were a mixed breed, and they responded to 4 incidents of vicious animals in the same area in the last 3 years, with at least 2 of those reports involving the dogs that killed Pamela. The authorities said that it appears that the dogs were secured on the day of the attack, but managed to move some of the rocks that lined the fence on the owner's property to keep them locked in, and they ended up escaping. The sheriff's office said the dog's owner, who was not named, had been cooperating with the investigation. Neighbours have said the dogs have been menacing the town for weeks. Animal Control will be euthanizing the dogs. Pamela had only just joined the postal group in December last year. The US Postal Services offered their condolences to Pamela's family and friends. The investigation into the matter continues. 20-year-old Sebastian Spencer and 19-year-old Danielle Salvatore have been charged with burglary and theft under $1,000 after getting caught on CCTV stealing from a church on their first date after hooking up on a dating app. On the 18th of August, they were looking for a piano to play because they both played piano. They knew churches had pianos, so they started looking for an unlocked church to play their piano in. At around 12:50 a.m, the pair pulled into the Indian Lake Peninsula Church's parking lot, located at 235 Indian Lake Road in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Security footage captures them arriving in a 2004 orange Mustang. He then captures them gaining access to the church through an unlocked door. Once inside, the pair then played the piano for about 30 minutes. On the way out, they stole 4 Bibles, 2 drumsticks, and a collection plate which police say Danielle took as a souvenir. The entire incident was caught on security camera, and the theft was noticed by the church pastor the following morning and reported the matter to police. Detectives then accessed the church's surveillance and identified Danielle's orange Mustang. From there, police quickly located both suspects, who confessed to breaking into the church and surrendered the stolen church items. Detective Stephen Fires said they admitted it was dumb, and they probably shouldn't have done it. They knew it was a mistake inherently. They did not apologise, however. Administrative Pastor Drew Eltham had a message for the young couple. I would tell them not to let this one incident define you. Learn something, and together, let's continue to grow. We all make mistakes, but we're all held accountable for those mistakes, he said. Drew said he was very grateful to the Hendersonville Police Department for a quick response and resolution to the case.